Media professionals must tell more impactful stories so as to spark real change at the grassroots level. This formed part of discussions at a workshop focused on reshaping the climate change narrative. Esther Omokbariola has more.
Rising sea levels to desert encroachment, Nigeria continues to grapple with the realities of climate change. Yet, many of these stories often fail to connect with the public, sometimes due to lack of interest, understanding, or relatable storytelling. But environmental advocates believe that with the right approach, climate stories can spark change, especially when told in ways that reflect the experiences of the people most affected. Here at this workshop, young journalists and media enthusiasts aren't only exchanging ideas, but also receiving training on how to use storytelling techniques to influence climate action in their communities.
So what we want to see differently here is that we want to see more people doing investigation into climate stories. We want to see more people using different tools to create more campaigns and create awareness for their communities, and also to inform the government of what activities and projects they need to invest in. That is the major thing we are looking at.
So for journalists, I basically first, I want them to see it not as an environmentalist problem, but then as everyone's problem. And because it is journalists, like, their responsibility to bring like news and important stories to everyone, like everywhere, it is essential that they see these as a normal story and not a special story, for example. So it's not like one side, but it's like what is happening generally. So if they come from that view, it is easier to actually take it up and like just discuss it in a very relatable manner, as opposed to, I want to talk about climate change today, let's go and look for an environmentalist. You don't need an environmentalist to talk about your environment or to talk about climate change.
While telling climate stories can come with its challenges, participants say alternative storytelling platforms and localized narratives can make a difference.
The way stories are told nowadays, especially in West Africa and Nigeria, is really on the beat. It really is not focused on the root problem, and it is more on selling stories and trying to get the most views and the most likes. And a lot of the time, it does not touch on the people behind those stories. We let the world tell our own stories, and we fail to realize why we are telling it in the first place. And so that's what we were really focusing on today, and that's something that we all have to really radically change.
Esther Omokbariola, TVC News.